Hi folks, this is Karim Raoub from IT Visualizer channel. Today we will begin our 15th lab. Today we will set up a new feature. It's not a new feature, it's a known feature of Microsoft environment, but it's not widely used. It's something called Microsoft User Virtualization Experience. It is something like Active Directory roaming profile. It basically, when a user logs into to a PC and he wants all of his desktop setting and desktop icons and shortcuts or everything to be redirected to any PC he logs into. For example, he is working on PCA and you have shortcuts and documents and whatsoever. When he logs off to this PCA and gets to PCB, he needs all of this to be transferred or to be traveling with him or to be roaming with him. Okay, so basically Microsoft says that this Microsoft User Virtualization Experience is more efficient than Active Directory roaming profile. And actually, if you use Microsoft User Experience with folder redirection, it will act much better. And there is a documentation for this, but actually we need to use the Microsoft, as I have something done in my lab that all of the users folder downloads and documents and videos and pictures, all of this I have done in a previous lab. I have changed its location to D, and I have created a folder named my documents, so every user will have his documents not in the C users, then the profile of the user, and then all of this. It will be redirected to the D my documents. Okay, but if we are working in an environment that needs all of the user's document to be transferred or to be roamed every time he gets from one PC to another, then we will use the Microsoft User Virtualization Experience instead of the Active Directory profile. Plus, for the redirection, we have to make a group policy to redirect the folders of documents and all of this. Documents and pictures and video folder, all of this have to be redirected to a share where it contains, or to a storage, or to a share which contains all of the users data. But in this lab I will only configure the Microsoft User Visualization Experience. I will make several videos concerning this feature, because actually it's more there is a lot of things to be done in it, and there is a lot of features and a lot of templates. But first we'll set up it and begin working with some simple test scenarios, and then after that I will do more labs in depth. So let's begin. First of all, there is this document. It's not document, it's something like a forum. It's Microsoft TechNet. It says that this guy from is answering one of the questions asked by some user, roaming profile versus user visualization experience. And here it says that it's the roaming profile takes a lot of data, okay, because it's every time the user logs in and logs off, it resyncs all of his data from locally from the local PC to the server, or to the share server or share folder that contains his folders. But as for Microsoft User Visualization Experience, only syncs the basic profile setting, desktop start menu, folder options, and it only syncs the applications for the user when he opens it only. Okay, he will begin syncing it, but if he doesn't open it, then he will not sync it. But as for Active Directory roaming profile, it syncs every time he logs in and logs off all of the data once time. Okay, but this done by step. You can here read. I will put this link in the Transformers Transformers folder that contains the scripts. I put this link so you can read the benefits of working with Microsoft User Visualization Experience. As I said, it's saying here that both can accomplish the same task, but the strength is ultimately granularly and customizably. Roaming profile syncs every time the user logs off for the system, but for the Microsoft User Visualization Experience, it only syncs basic profile setting like desktop and start menu and folder options. As for the setting or application, it syncs individually at application launch and close. Okay, only when he launches the application the setting will be synced, not every time he logs in and logs off. And when he logs in, logs off, the active directory roaming profile syncs everything one time, which is a huge data and takes a lot of network bandwidth. Okay, so here he says that the amount of data would be transferred between two systems, but the transfer will occur piece by piece. That's here the main advantage of Microsoft User Virtualization Experience. Okay, it says it spreads the data over a variety of user events rather than just log off and log in. Okay, this is just like syncing data, syncing large data on small intervals of time, not syncing large data once. Okay, as I said before, it will take a lot of time and a lot of space. Okay, so he said that combined with further redirection, users' data and offline files, this can provide a better solution than roaming profile with lower latency of network and more efficient use of network resources. Okay, so here we will begin. And by also having, you can return to Microsoft Documents to read more about this feature. It's called Microsoft User Virtualization Experience. So we will begin our lab. Here also there is a document on how to will work from this document. I also put it in the Google Drive link under the description of the video. This is the steps that will be done to configure the Microsoft User Virtualization Experience. So let's begin the video. So let's continue our lab. Here we will power on. We have already powered on the two domain controllers. Okay, this Microsoft User Virtualization Experience, there is two things to be done. First, we will create two folders, one for the user setting, this where the setting of the user or the profile of the user will be redirected. Okay, it's something like the same as Active Directory roaming profile, and the other one is for the template. This is for the template or the template that will be used for any user that logs into the machine. We will see that now in a moment. We have two things. First, the folder that all of the user's profile will be redirected to. Okay, the user setting, I mean user profile setting, will be redirected to, and the other one is the template. This is a PC that we will have, okay, and contains the ideal setting, desktop setting, shortcut setting, and everything, and take a template from it, or take like an image of it and put it in a folder, and we name it User Visualization Template. This will be the template for any user that logs in, and then after that, it's like taking an image or something, and we will take and then it will be the base model for every user setting, and then it will sync, and then the user profile setting will be synced. We will see that in a moment. Actually, it's not clear, but when we begin implementing it, it will be more clear. And also I encourage you to read the document to see how what I mean by this. Okay, as we see now, let's get first here. Okay, we will have, firstly, to configure this, we will need to have two network shares. The first one is the setting storage location. This is where the user setting will be stored. Okay, the second is the setting template catalog that contains setting templates. These tell UVE where each application stores its setting, so it knows which file registry location to sync. Okay, then the first one is for the location of the user's setting. Okay, and the template, it is like the guide that will point or tells the Windows where to store the setting of each application. Okay, these tell UVE where each application stores the setting, as it knows which file registry keys to sync. Okay, So the first one is a folder that contains all of the user's setting or profile, and the other one, it is like the guidelines, it's the template, or let's say it's a guideline to show Windows or to redirect Windows or to direct Windows where to store each application setting in which file or which location. Okay, I think it's clear. So we'll make two shares. One we'll make it for the storage location, other for the templates. We'll have permissions. So here we will go and create the two network shares that this document says that we will. This one is for the UVE settings. This is the first one. This will contains all of the profiles of the users with their setting, Windows setting, application setting, and we will give it SMB share permissions. I will share it, and we will give domain admins full control and the domain users full control. I will share it. Okay, but here I am making a little tip. I will just make it as hidden. I will put a $sign so the users can't see this share. It will be a hidden one. Okay, so we put the $sign to make it as a hidden share. Okay, so we'll put domain admins. Okay, give it full control, and they will give domain users full control. And we will also make this on the NTFS permissions. This is the share permissions, and then we will go, as I said before, I will make a $sign to make this share hidden from users, so this can't be seen by any user. Okay, this is the NTFS permissions. We will give the domain admins full control on this folder and subfolders. As for the domain users, we will give them certain NTFS permissions. It's only list, folder, read data, and create folders, append data. We'll see this now. We'll go to the UVE setting, properties, and security, advanced, and then we'll add. Here we will add the domain admins. Okay, and then we'll give them full control, allow full control on this folder and subfolders. Okay, we'll have full control. I'm just revising the setting. So we'll have full control, and then OK. Then we will add domain users. And we will give it list, folder, read data, and create folder, and append data as this folder only. Read and execute. I think no, we list, folder, read. Okay, we'll get all of the setting. We'll only check the list, folder, read data, and then it's allow. Let's see, here it is list, folder, read data, create folders, append data, this folder only, not all of the folders. Okay, read and list the data, and create folders and append the data. We'll uncheck read attributes and extended attributes, and we will check create folders / append data. All of this done to be on this folder only. Okay, and we will choose this folder only. And then okay, and then this is done, and the creator owner, it's full control. This is done, and then the creator owner full control subfolders and files only. I think this is done by default. It is full control. You can view these folders, subfolders and files only, then you are correct. This is for the first share. As for the second share, it will be for UVE templates. As I said before, from this document it says that this is the guidelines which will guide the Windows system where to take the user, or which setting is taken and where it's its location, and where it's, which setting it will take and where to store it. Okay, this is like the guidelines, its template, and give it full control for admins and domain computers. You can read the document for more details. Okay, and actually we have a virtual machine which contains Windows 10 and join the domain. This will be our template. We will copy the setting of it and put it in the templates folder. Okay, and also we'll make the templates folder hidden, and we will remove everyone. Sure, you have to remove everyone from both. This is a security best practice, not to leave everyone in the NTFS or SMB share permissions. So we'll go NTFS permissions and add the same, but here for domain admins full control, but as for domain computers it will be modify only. This is a very detailed document and a good one. Actually, this is someone that had practiced or used this setting. It's not Microsoft documentation, or the Microsoft documentation is not containing all the tips and tricks, because here this user document, he has done some registry tweaks to make the syncing process more faster. Okay, so here, as I said before, domain computers, it will take modify, and then we have done the shares. After that we will make a group policy, okay, to begin using this, or to begin configuring the Microsoft user virtualization experience. Actually it works through an agent. It's by default it's installed on Windows 10 by default. This agent, Microsoft User Visualization Experience agent, it is installed by default in the versions of Windows 10 16.09. After that version, all of the Windows versions after this version, Windows 10 16.09 build, the agent of Microsoft User Virtualization Experience, it is built in by default. It is there, and actually this is the way it sync the setting and the profile through this agent. Okay, so we'll activate this agent and its setting and configure its setting, the setting of the agent through the group policy. It's done through computer configuration, administrative templates. Okay, and it is, I think, from Windows Components. He said this sync method, we will see now in a moment. It's actually a very good document because he is explaining every detail of the setting in the group policy and what uh, it does, or the effect of enabling it. For example, this one sync method, it says that it's making the sync more reliable and more faster. Configure sync method. Okay, enable, and it is, will use the none, or make sync method none. Let's actually disable the UE sync provider and establish a direct file connection to setting storage path. It makes a connection to the UFA setting share that we have done in a couple of seconds. It makes it, he said in the test, this is more faster and reliable. So we'll make sync method. So as I said, maybe in the documentation Microsoft this is different, but this guy has his in test environment he said that this setting is more reliable and more efficient. Okay, we will enable, here is another option, it's called enable UVE. This will enable the agent, the UVE agent user, its abbreviation user experience virtualization, and first notification, it will be disabled. So here we have three setting method, enable UVE and sync method, and then we will give him setting templates. Here we will give, there is two settings, setting storage path and setting templates path. We will give him the two shares that we have done now, so he can get the template and from the location that we have done in a couple of seconds, and actually also will give him in the user setting the location of the profile storage, or the storage of the profile where it will be saved. So here we will give him the template. As I said before, it is hidden, so to appear we have to type it manually. This is done, I have done it, it's not in the documentation, but from a production environment or from a safe environment, I think from production view, this share should not appear to users. So I put a $sign just to make it hidden. So here we will give him the location of the templates folder. Here this is the template, or let's say the master template, that will be the default for every user that logs into the PC. Don't worry, I have this document or this PDF in the transformers folder that contains the scripts and the Excel sheets and everything I used in this lab, or all of my labs, and this will be put in a Google Drive link. It will be under the description of every video I put in my channel. Okay, so here we will give him the location of the templates, and we will see that we will copy, we will make a PC as my master image or master template, and take a copy of this template and put it in this folder. We'll see that in a couple of seconds, but don't worry. So here we will make some thing for the user setting. Let's first get a little bit. Okay, we'll make the templates, and then sync unlisted windows. This is also some sync setting. Okay, you can read in every description what does it do, but mainly it's syncing options. And this is also from this user testing environment or production environment. These settings help him to to make a reliable experience, okay, or a better experience. So also we will test it in a moment, but this is all of the setting to be done from the uh, computer side or computer configuration. There is also another one from the user configuration. But actually you can see every description of this setting. It's said in the explanation panel. You can read it or see what does it do. So from the user configuration, we will put the storage path or the location of the profiles where it will be saved. This is not done through the computer configuration, but it will be done through the user configuration. Okay. Actually from Windows component, and then Microsoft User Virtualization Experience. As I said before, the agent is built in all Windows versions, but after the version of Windows 10 1609, okay, or build 1609. Here we'll do not sync Windows apps, okay, we don't need it. As we said, will be an PowerShell. This is activated or appears after opening this setting, and he will give you the storage path, the one that the user, and we'll put percentage username. This will change or replace the username with the user actual username. For example, if my user is Kira off, then there will, in the location of the storage, there is a folder will be created by my name, username Kira off. This will contains my user profile setting, okay, and here we will give him the user profile storage location. The other one was for the template, as I said, and this one is for the user profile storage location. And also this is hidden, as I said, so not to give any user access to it. Actually, I will do more videos on this feature because actually it contains a lot of setting, but actually I need only for in this lab or this video to just sync the basic Windows setting, the desktop setting, the start menu, the toolbar, the status, the icons. All of this I needed to be synced. But actually here when I tried it in production, it doesn't take the desktop uh, files. Okay, shortcuts, it will take the shortcuts, but it doesn't take the. We'll see that when we apply it. Okay, we will see. Here when you tell him the syncing Windows setting, here you verify or you say to him which setting you need to be synced. It's desktop setting, ease of use, theme, and network printers. Actually, this feature need to be worked with in conjunction or with the folder redirection. Okay, but I think I didn't do the folder redirection yet, but I will do it on a future lab. I will try to use it with this feature. But actually, I was curious to know how this feature will work. So here we have created the shares and then the templates. Sorry, shares and then the group policy. Here we will take a copy. We will open our virtual machine that contains Windows 10 in it and join the domain. We will take a copy. As he will said, we will take the copy of the templates. This will be our master template. We will take it from a normal workstation that contains all of the setting I needed to be synced and make it as a master template. We will see that now. I will go to my virtual machine. We'll go to the location that he said in the document. Then we log in and we'll copy I can access it through the run or through the hidden admin share. I don't need to open it. So here we will see the location. We will take a copy of the setting or the templates. This will be like the default user profile. It's like the default template that will be applied. Okay. Here it's in user data, program data. This is a hidden folder, so we need to activate the hidden to appear the hidden shares. The hidden files. We need to check this option. Here it is in Microsoft. Actually, here is a little bit of different. It's not in Microsoft. Here it says in Microsoft UVE inbox templates. I am trying to log into the machine. I think I didn't catch or didn't get the folder, so I'm trying to search it. So here we say that you can test the setting by 2 PowerShell commands to see if the group policy and the setting is correct. We will have 2 commands used. Okay, he said the first command will show the sync enabled features, the syncing, what to be synced or what is the setting of the syncing. Okay, as we see now, there is a PowerShell that is open. This is normal because this is the activation of the Microsoft user virtualization agent. So we will leave it, don't close it. He's enabling the agent and configuring the syncing options. So we will leave this one, we will not close it. And this actually will appear for the user the first time, and after that I think it will disappear, it will not appear, it's only for once. So here, as you said, we have 2 PowerShell commands that will test if our Microsoft user virtualization agent is working and the syncing setting is there, and the user can see the templates share and the storage location or storage user profile location setting. We will see that now in a moment. For more, you can read the document itself, but this is a brief about what it does or what it do. I think do or does, I don't know, it's a grammar thing, but here we'll go to the C. We'll take the template. Still we need to copy the template. First of all, we'll view, okay, and hidden, because in C program data, and it's in Microsoft. I was still waiting, maybe the folder is not there because still the agent or the Microsoft user virtualization agent is not activated yet, so I thought the folder will appear after, for the templates will appear after activation of the feature, but actually it was there, but I didn't notice. Here actually there is another there is another thing I will do. Uh, there is something called Microsoft User Virtualization Tool. This tool is something you can put it on a on a Windows 10 or workstation. This tool is how to it manages the Microsoft User Virtualization Agent. But actually, when I tried to set up it was an old version. It needs to be updated, so it wasn't successful. So you can skip this step. I needed only the tool just to see or to have a graphical interface, so I can manage the Microsoft User Virtualization agents from it. But actually, we don't need all of this. Can be done through the PowerShell or and the group policy. But it is a good thing to have a graphical interface. But actually, as I said before, it was an old version. It needs to be updated. When I have internet connection, I will try it again. But actually, this we will not have an internet connection until we install the pfSense firewall and begin configuring it. Maybe in future videos. This is the DVD that contains the Microsoft User Virtualization Agent tool, or tool. We can say it as a tool, configuration tool. So here, as I said before, we need to test the setting to see if the Microsoft User Virtualization setting is done, or the group policy is activated and the syncing setting is done. This is the agent, not the agent, this is the tool for managing and configuring the agent, but through graphical interface. As I said before, I tried to install it, but it gives me an error saying that it is an old version of the tool. You need to update it. Okay, I'm choosing the tool setup, and the version, it's 64-bit version of the Windows. So here we'll still, do not forget we didn't take the template. We need to take a copy of this user template. This will be our default user sync template, or the user setting template. Okay, it's in Microsoft and then UVE. Okay, double click and we'll take inbox templates. This will copy this one. This will be our default template or default syncing template. As I said, this is the guidelines for the Windows on how to sync and which to sync or which files to be synced. This is like a guideline. Actually, we don't need to know, but this is, as I said in documentation, we need only to know that we need to copy it. This will be as a master template. But you need to choose a PC that will be your master image, as like imaging, be the master image that contains all of the setting you needed to be synced by default for every user. So this will be your default template from your master image. I prefer it to be from the master image we did before. We'll take this template, master template for the master user image we have done in a previous video. Can return to my 12th or 13th video for making a Windows 10 master image. Okay, here we'll copy the folder and put it in the share folder for the templates. So after doing that, we will test to see if our Microsoft user virtualization agent and sync setting is there and it is applied to the user. So we'll use this command, PowerShell command, get UVE configuration. It will give us the storage location of the user profile and what to be synced, okay, and all of this. So to make sure that we have already, or the user is already have this feature activated on his profile. We will see that now in a moment. We'll open PowerShell command. A very detailed document. I like this document a lot. And actually it is not in the Microsoft documentation, official documentation. This is done through a normal user, I think in a education environment or something. He was using this on a wide scale and on PCs, so he put his notes and what he saw in his production environment and give us the final result. So this is a good documentation. Actually, when I tested it, it's worked smoothly. Now I'm trying to install the agent. As I said before, there is a Microsoft user virtualization tool for configuring the agent through graphical interface, not through PowerShell. But actually, as I said before, you say that your version is old, you need to check for update. So when we have internet connection, we'll see how we can install it. Here we will run this PowerShell as administrator. And then we will use this command, get UVE configuration, and press enter. This gives us, here you see that the share for the UVE setting and the templates and all of the setting that we have done through the group policy, it is listed here, so we can check it is correct and it is applied on the user. So this is a good sign. And then we can use the other command to give UVE template to see the templates that we have taken or the templates that will be applied to the user. It will be the desktop setting and all of this. This is the template. Okay, he gives us all of the setting that will be applied to any user that access this PC. It's a lot of setting actually. This is the default setting that will be applied. So we see this as a template. So now I'm testing. I will put a text file as a test and see if this file will be roamed or will be traveled or will be transferred to another PC. If we log off from this PC and go to another PC, we'll see if this text file will go with us. And we'll put test, okay, and save. After we have tested, now we see that the Microsoft user virtualization agent is working and the setting is applied through the group policy. I put some shortcuts on the desktop just to see also it will be transferred when we log into another PC. Actually, we tested the setting and everything is working fine. We'll do some registry tweaks. Here we see that when we logged in, there in the user VC setting, we will see the username is there and the setting of this user is in the UVE setting. The username is called Arnold LN. You will see that a folder is created with the setting of the setting profile of the user, but still there is no something created in this setting, because actually when we log off it will begin syncing the setting of the user. The next step, you will do some registry keys to increase or to make the syncing process more reliable and more faster. Okay, this user also in the documentation, it will be in the user configuration registry keys or in the user registry keys. This is also listed in the document we are working from. I don't know why I'm doing this, but actually I'm just checking that the folder is there. So now we will restart the PC. I'm just restarting to make sure everything works fine. If we go there and check, we will see that the setting will begin be synced. Okay, or he said here there is another future items to set in the registry. Okay, this speeds up the process of the configuration, speeds up the process of the syncing. So here he is making some registry keys. For example, the first key, it will be, as I said, through the, not the user, registry keys, through the local machine registry key, registry setting, local machine registry setting. We'll make something called repository owner check enabled. It will be a reg d word equal 1. We don't need to know what this is done. Actually, he's saying some of them he explained what they are doing. For example, the first one he didn't say what does it do, but I trust this user that this setting will be for our benefit, because he is working on a production environment and we will test it sooner. So here we will go to the configuration and then we will add these registry keys. As I said, it will be under the local machine registry key. Create registry item. I done it through the wizard, but actually it wasn't successful for me. I will just do this. I will do it as a registry key. Sorry, I will pause it. We not use the registry wizard. We need to put it or do it through. I will not do it through the registry wizard. I will do it through the registry item. Let's bypass this one. Okay, I will just delete all of this. Just a minute. We will do it later. We'll do it again. Okay. I don't think this is the right one. Just a minute. Okay, we'll do it from the start. Yeah, I will delete all of this. We will make it as registry and then new registry item. We will not use the registry wizard. Here it will be the hive, or the key will be under the H key local machine, and the path will be in software, under software, Microsoft UEV agent configuration. This is the key, or this is the location of the key. Make it as paste. It doesn't. I need to get to the path manually. Here we will choose. Okay, it's local machine, and then software, and then Microsoft, and then UVE, and then configuration. UVE agent, UVE, and then agent, and then configuration. We will select, and then we will put the key. As I said before, I don't know what does this key do, but here we will create. But in the documentation, some keys he explained what they are doing. For example, this key, he doesn't say what does it do, but the other key, it says we found this setting seems to make syncing of pin taskbar. We'll see that just a minute. This is the first key, and the value type it's reg word, and the value decimal will be 1. Okay, I think 1 here means it is activated. Okay, so this is the first key. This is the first key. We'll make another key. I think this registry key should be done through the computer configuration, because this key is through the local machine registry keys, but maybe I have mistaken. But it's working through the user configuration. Here we will do another registry key. Microsoft UVE, and then configuration. Again the same UVE, and then agent, and then configuration, and then we will go the key. Here is said that this key wait for sync on login. This we found setting seems to make syncing of pinned taskbar items more reliable. Okay, so he from his testing environment he thought that this key, or he said that this key makes the syncing process more reliable of the pinned taskbar icons. Okay, here we create it. Okay, I think there is a third key. Also the same location will be security software, so local machine, and then Microsoft, and then UEV, and then agent, and then configuration. Yes, there is another key. As you see, these two settings, he said that this makes the syncing of taskbar, pin taskbar items more faster or more reliable. The wait for sync application start, and the wait on sync on login. Okay, we have these three keys. So now everything is complete from the configuration side. Actually, in other video I will test all of this setting once in conjunction with the Microsoft local administrator password service. I will do both. I will test both of them in one video. But now let's see. I am now testing to see if this setting it will be done or it will be created in the registry. And he is saying some notes. He's saying that we can read this later. It says that roaming Outlook profiles is not synced. You can read this document and see also. He's saying he having some notes about the Outlook profile setting, I think. But we will test it. As I said before, I will do more videos on this feature. But actually, this video is only for installation configuration of this setting. We will now see if the registry keys are created. You can see in the UVE setting Arnold, okay, and open the setting package. You will see there is a lot of things added, not still because it's not activated yet. We need to log off and log in or shut down the PC as a whole, but we will see that now in a moment. There is no setting synced, but we just need to see that the registry keys are there. We'll start and then run, and then rig edit to see the registry keys. It's in the agent. We need to go to Microsoft under local machine software, Microsoft, and then UEVE, okay, UEV, sorry, and agent, and then configuration. Here we see that all of the registry keys are done. It's there. So you'll just need to test to see if the setting will be transferred. We have another virtual machine standby. In the future lab, we will just power on this virtual machine and join it to domain and begin see if the setting or the user profile setting will be transferred or be roamed to this new PC when you log into this PC, the new PC. I think I'm seeing just if there is a problem with the RAM, because actually when I open the Google Chrome it takes a lot of RAM, and the virtual machine is also taking a lot of RAM, so I need to be cautious so not anything will hang or I have hanging or a performance issue. So here we see now if we open the Arnold, we see package setting. We see that there is some, when you close the PC there is a setting, it begin syncing the setting, so this means that you are successful. It's desktop setting, notepad setting. So now we have our lab is finished. Our future video we will begin set up the Microsoft local administration password solution. This is to manage local administrator passwords on all of the workstations on the domain, and then after that I will make a video to test Microsoft user virtualization experience setting in conjunction or plus the Microsoft local administrator password solution. So until then, see you soon. Bye.